All right, so it's nighttime. So I'm trying to get my internet to work and it's just being stupid, right? Um I don't know what this is, but anyway. So I'm trying to get the internet to work, but we'll see how that goes. It's been going in and out a lot today. I don't know if it's due to the weather or what, but we've been having some sluggish issues on all of our devices today. But regardless, um, that's not what this video is about. Please join our Discord. That's where you can post anything and not almost anything. And we'll talk about it. I will have that down in the description box below. If not, there's plenty of videos where I have that posted and you could easily click and find it. One of our Discord members, which is also on our YouTube channel, had a really good question. They are interested in dating someone who has a kid, but the kid is mixed, right? So the guy is white. The person that is doing the Ask HershNoeie is white, and he's dating a lady who has a mixed kid, and the kid is part black, part white. Now I don't know what race the lady is that he's dating. I don't know if she's black or if she's white or how, what that is. But his question was any advice on how to handle racist things that family members, how to handle that and ways to navigate that, right? That's a really good question. And they're in the South. So here's my thing. It depends on the family members who are saying this, right? I would say the first thing would be to talk to if the family that you're actually concerned with are your immediate family members, like mother, father, brother, sister, that type of thing. Then I would have conversations before you bring anyone around. I would have those conversations. And there may be people that that already have certain views or what have you. I would directly speak to them and, mention what it is that you're doing. Um, and also mention that there is a child. Now, they may have their views and opinion of, mixing and all that, because some people just don't like it. But you also want to let them know that, this is something this is someone who you're interested in. They have a child. You want them to respect the child, right? So conversation is key. That's going to give you kind of a temperature check as to what you should and shouldn't do. Keep in mind that you can't force people to think or act in a certain way. When it comes to, and sometimes people are kind of they cherry pick when they're going to be bigoted, right? So sometimes it's okay if they saw me dating, or if they saw Noelle and I, they may not have an issue with it. But as soon as it gets close to being someone in their family, it's a different story, right? So sometimes people cherry pick in terms of when they want to be a little bit bigoted. But conversation, like I said, is going to be key. Second part is to definitely talk to the person that you're with and let them know that, your family has views that aren't what you share. I think that's important because when you're dating someone who this isn't an issue for them personally, and they have a child from a previous relationship and the child's mixed, they need to know what they're walking into, right? They need to be able to make, because some people, I know people personally who won't date someone who is in a situation like that. Typically, now I don't know in terms of this person's circumstances, but typically I know people who have a mixed kid and they won't date anybody other than, for example, if a white chick has a kid by a black guy and they don't work out, she won't date another white guy. I know people like that because, and even Noelle said if something happened with us, she wouldn't date anybody other than a black dude because of the simple fact that it's easier. Not saying that there's not going to be black dudes that won't have an issue with it. It's just a little bit easier. You see what I'm saying? It just makes things a little bit easier. And I kind of feel the exact same way. But some people obviously will date whoever, and that's totally fine. But I think that you need to let that person know that these are individuals in your family who don't like it. When it comes to comments, I would basically, once you've communicated with your family, let them know that there's certain comments, certain things that I don't like, don't approve of, don't want to be around. I'm not trying to necessarily change you, but these are things that I don't like, I don't appreciate. It's not who I am. And if those are the comments that are going to be made, then I don't want to be around that. So, and it could be a situation where, unfortunately, the person that you're getting to meet and their child may never get to meet your family. You see what I'm saying? It could be a potential situation where you can't. I would say anytime someone says something that is completely inappropriate for me, I vote with my feet. I say that so much because it's so true. I don't sit there and argue with someone. If someone makes a comment that I know is disgusting to me, then I just get up and leave, because there's no point in entertaining it. There's no point in trying to, it's just at that point, you went way beyond anything that I wish to associate with. And sometimes family, you have to do that. With Noelle's family, I don't know where they stand in terms of race and racism and bigotry and all that. I just know that the bulk of them know nothing about me. We're talking 11 years now. Know nothing about me. And so the ones that do finally came around a little bit more, and they were cool always. Cooler, I should say. But they kind of came around a little bit more in terms of just their thinking. 3 kids later, 2 houses later. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's better late than never. But, my whole thing is that I'm not going to beg anybody. That's just not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit here and try to get you to like me. If you don't like me for me being me, and I've done nothing at all to you, I haven't said more than 20 words. If you don't like me, then that's cool. Then you don't like me. There's nothing that means I have to like you either, right? So I think that before you put anyone into an uncomfortable situation, have conversations, talk about it. If it gets to a point of where they start saying things that you don't like, then I would let them know. I mean, this is where I actually have to draw the line. I have to leave. I don't want to be around that type of energy. It's as simple as that. Just be respectful. If they can't be respectful, then that's kind of your challenge. Is this something that you are willing to deal with because of the person that you're dating? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like at that point, you have to make a firm promise to yourself that yes, family is important. But on the same token, you don't want to be around things that you're against. You see what I'm saying? Things that doesn't make sense to you. So that's what I would do, because otherwise you're going to be frustrated. And typically, a lot of times people end up taking it out on the people that they're dating. That also happened with Noelle and I. And finally I said, look, either you marry your mama and your daddy, or you marry me. You choose. It's simple as that. I mean, you can do whatever you want. And I guess they felt that I was kind of like the puppeteer. And I'm like, dude, I'm not. I wish you knew Noelle better, because you can't tell Noelle to do anything that she doesn't want to do. She's not going to do it. But I told her, I said, you have really a choice here. Either you can be married to your family, or you can be married to me, because I've done nothing to, if anything, I've helped you tremendously. We've helped each other, but tremendously. And so I'm not going to beg anybody. And I'm not going to say sorry to people that I've done nothing to. I hadn't even had a chance to do anything to be sorry for. You know what I mean? Like, sorry because I was born a certain way. It's just stupid. So to me, I would say the same thing. Limit the amount of time that you're with around them too. That could also be helpful. Sometimes I can take people in doses, small amounts of time, but you have to make a decision. Is this something that you're going to be able to deal with ultimately? Because people don't typically want to change. Sometimes after a relationship starts, sometimes people come around a little bit, but that's not always obviously the case. You see what I'm saying? So that would be my advice to you, is communicate with the person that you're dating so that that person can decide whether or not she wants to be in a relationship with you. It's going to be depending on a lot of factors, like, who exactly, because if you and her decide to get very, very, very serious, then these could be in-laws. And that's a whole new set of things. That's things that some people don't want to sign up for. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. So communicate, let her know the people that you're concerned with, give her that chance to decide if she wants to continue to pursue this. Have a conversation with the people in your family, let them know kind of the circumstances, let them know that this person has a kid, the kid's mixed, and that you want them to be respectful at all times, that type of thing. You don't want to hear no name calling, no silliness. You're not about that. And that's really the best I can tell you, right? Stand firm and stand for something. But anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, join our Discord. Until next time, I will see you. Take care.